Lil Nas X unofficial Satan Nike containing human blood sells out under a minute, CNN says. Rapper and singer Lil Nas launches his controversial shoes, Satan shoes, featuring a bronze pentagram, an inverted cross, and a drop of real human blood, verified by NBC, and they sold out almost immediately. The black and red sneakers, part of a collaboration between Lil Nas X and New York-based art collector, which MSCHF, Mischief, were made using Nike Air Max 1997, though the sportswear brand has distanced itself from the design. In an emailed statement to CNN, Nike said it was not involved in creating the modified sneakers. They were priced at $1,018. There's a reason for it, a reference to the Bible passage, Luke 10:18, that reads, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Each shoe's air bubble sole contains 60 cubic centimeters, 2.03 fluid ounces of red ink, and 1 drop of human blood. A spokesperson for them said the blood has been provided by members of the art collective, adding, we love to sacrifice for our art.
Yeah, interesting story. I know you have some strong feelings on this. Let me just come out and say, this is a publicity stunt, completely, okay? So Lil Nas X might be the least scariest person on the planet, okay? When I think of scary devil worshiper, and let's talk about who actually, filled that void for many, many years.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, Alice Cooper, heavy metal, scary, paint your face, Kiss, scary people. Lil Nas X, a fake cowboy, not a tough guy whatsoever. This is a complete publicity stunt. He sold how many shoes? 666. Okay, in respect to the devil.
Yep.
Okay. It's exactly
666 and less.
Exactly, and that's my point. It's not like he sold 6 million shoes or 600,000 shoes or 6,000 shoes. He sold 666 shoes. Some big-time Lil Nas X fans came out there, probably kids, came out and spent all their money on it, on these shoes, and they're like, oh, I got Lil Nas X shoes. But he got what he wanted, a publicity stunt. People are basically talking about him. Look at us talking about Lil Nas X. I don't know what song he's got out these days. Obviously, his big hit was...
He had a new song that came out that has to do with the shoes. That has to do, kind of lines up with it.
But I know you had a major problem with, why would Nike allow this? Why would Nike...
They didn't.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's my point, is that this company, Mischief, this marketing company, this brand...
Where are you at with this, Tom?
Okay, I think Lil Nas X is actually the most scary person out there that could do something like this, because you wouldn't expect it from him. And now he comes out here and says that this is cool or whatever he's trying to say. I'm thoroughly disgusted by this. I think there's ramifications. I hope Mischief gets shut down. I mean, I hope Nike comes at them as hard as they possibly can and takes them out. I did a little research on this group. So the Daniel Greenberg, he's the head of the commerce for them. He did an interview with Business Insider last year where he says, we're in this weird place right now where we're not really thinking like a business. We just do shit and people buy our stuff. And that's what this whole thing feels like. Hey, quick publicity stunt. Let's do this. Let's throw this out there. Pat, you made the point earlier. You get Drew Brees almost got canceled for saying that he's going to stand for the national anthem because it's important because his grandfather served in World War II. And he had to come out and do some whole dog and pony show apology. Lil Nas should be canceled. And it's not...
Oh, so you want him to be canceled?
Yes, he should be canceled. For promoting Satan, yes, you should be canceled. Here's the other thing. It's not
so you're a fan of cancel culture?
No, I'm not a fan of cancel culture. I'm at all. I hate cancel culture.
But you want him canceled.
But if anybody should be canceled, it's Lil Nas X for doing something like this. I mean, if you were to look at it rationally and think, why should someone get canceled? Doing something like this, it makes no sense.
So if you worship the devil, you should be canceled.
I don't know. I'm just saying, we're talking
about...
You just said it. I'm talking about Lil Nas X putting on a devil shoe. If someone should be canceled, it should be him. By the way, that song that he was promoting in conjunction with this shoe, he gives the devil a lap dance. Okay? So a lot of people have come out and said that they're going to boycott Lil Nas X forever. He tried to backtrack and do an apology yesterday. So he creates a YouTube video, and before he actually does the apology, he cuts to the clip of the song where he's giving a devil a lap dance. So I got a major problem with him. I hope Nike goes hard at Mischief and takes them out. Anybody else makes a little mistake in this world, they got to pay for it. Why can't they?
Let me say, you're a father. You're a father. So if I'm in your shoes, I probably would have stronger feelings on this, because the last thing I would want is Dash, who's a cool-ass kid, 12 years old. 12?
12, yeah.
12. Or Tico, 10? 9?
9 years old.
9 years old, at all listening to someone like this or taking their advice, okay? But you know what? No one's canceling Ozzy Osbourne. No one was canceling Marilyn Manson. There was a lot of people enraged by these people. But listen, if you know anything about Lil Nas X, he's not scary. He's not tough. He runs around in a rhinestone.
You keep saying that. What do you mean by that?
So
like,
if you,
like, what do you mean scary and tough?
Okay,
like,
so
you
if you
think like we're worried he's going to come in the streets and beat us up? Like, what do you mean scary and
okay,
tough?
so I'm talking
You
about.
think scary and tough is about being buff and strong and benching
No,
4
I don't mean it.
plates?
I don't mean it like that.
Okay, so how do you mean it?
I mean when I think of devil worshiper
Yeah.
musicians.
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne, as a kid, I was scared as hell about this guy. This guy's eating bats' heads and doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath, Alice Cooper, that was scary. Like, if you're a kid, that's scary. Lil Nas X is wearing a rhinestone cowboy outfit talking about going down to Old Town Road. It just doesn't have the same oomph as the other musician devil worshippers back in the day.
I think the only thing a parent is scared about is influence.
That's my point with the
only thing.
kids.
There's nothing about scary. Like, you don't sit there and say, "Oh my gosh, this guy looks so scary giving the devil a lap dance." You're not scared by that. It looks weird just doing that. The whole thing is now. Marketing side, yes. Is he got everybody talking about him 24/7? Yes. Is all marketing on all publicity good? I don't know. I don't know if even a marketing expert's going to tell you all publicity is good. I don't know if this is.
What's the famous line? Is you could say whatever you want about me, just spell my name right.
Yeah, that's right. So look, here, this is something where I feel one phone call was made, and this is the one phone call that I think was made. I don't know why. I have a hunch. I may be wrong. I could be 100% wrong on this. Totally fine with me. Every company and organization has somebody that behind closed doors has so much influence nobody knows about, that if they make a phone call, you better listen to them. I think Michael Jordan may be calling and saying, "What the hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
Do you realize I signed on with you and look at the brand we've built? Can I ask why this is happening?" You don't think Michael called one of his guys and said, "Can you go check on these guys on what they're doing?" Or Michael made the phone call himself and then the lawsuit was, started immediately? I don't know. I just think if Michael's part of the organization, do you think Michael would endorse something like this? Do you think Michael would support something like this? Do you think Michael is aligned with some of these things here? I'm not trying to get Michael into an issue that has nothing to do with Michael, but at the same time, to Michael it does. It's the same swoosh, logo that's going to be there, and they use the Air Max shoes, the 666 of those to sell, and they team up with these guys. So I don't know.
I think there's serious damage to the Nike brand from this because most people don't follow stories like we do. I mean, we'll see the headline, we'll look into it, we'll follow it the next 2-3 days. Most people are going to think Nike was behind this because there was a Nike shoe and it was sold. You're not automatically going to think that somebody would be stupid enough to take a Nike shoe and do this. I cannot believe the gall of Mischief to do this. By the way, the founder of Mischief was a former West Point Military Academy dropout, and he has a history of doing goofy projects. He started an app that was basically a Tinder for airplanes, which is pretty funny if you think about it. You're on a plane on a long flight, you open up the app, and you go back and chat up somebody, and
that's a Mile High Club opportunity right there, my friend.
So anyway, but yeah, Nike, if they come at you with guns a-blazing, you're done.
Well,
right?
let me ask you, since we're on the cancel culture, the shoe that preceded this shoe. No. This is the Satan shoe. The shoe that preceded this shoe. The reason they even had
complete opposite.
It's the complete opposite was the Jesus shoe, and rather than having a drop of blood, it had a drop of holy water. So that shoe did well. So are we saying? And look, I'm not buying the shoe. I don't really give two shits about this story, other than it's in the news. Are we allowed to cancel the devil shoe, the Satan shoe, but not the Jesus shoe?
This isn't a conversation about canceling, I don't think. I hate cancel culture, the whole thing. I was just simply making a point how easy it is for some people to get canceled for a tweet or for saying something, but you do something like this and you're almost applauded for it.
Well, it seems like Nike, whether they were in the mix or not, they're come out and they've drawn a hard line and they said that, quote unquote, they were not involved in any capacity and they have no relationship whatsoever with Mischief or Lil Nas X.
I think if you're a
That's
Christian...
very weird, though, that they would even come out with this shoe and now Nike has no relationship with them?
No, they took that shoe and just modified it and sold it as their own as the Satan shoe. Nike had nothing to do with this. And I just think, bottom line, if you're a Christian, you're a little bit offended by this story. If you're not a Christian, probably wouldn't hit you as hard.
I don't know. I don't know if even a person who's not a Christian is okay with this. You know, I don't think this is a Christian issue. I know a lot of people who are atheists and agnostic who don't, worship the devil. I know a lot of people. So I think it's not just a Christian thing. I think it's a lot of parenting. And parents are sitting around saying, okay, here's a kid that watches, we all listen to the song, when, the song is, it's one of our kids' favorite songs to listen to.
It's the #1 streamed song of all time, most streamed song ever.
So that same guy comes out with this video that he came up with. If you see this video, it's the most weirdest video you'll see. It makes no sense. And YouTube allows that video to stay on. That's on YouTube. I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty random video that's on YouTube. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.